smash the like button. Also, Triple H truly has a hard-on for Sami Zayn. Hopefully my brother gets back his United States Heavyweight Championship.
All right, so let's talk about the World Wrestling Federation Clash in Paris. The first match, Roman Reigns versus big-ass Bronson Reed, the tribal thief, and rightfully so. Now, this match is the biggest match of big-ass Bronson Reed's career. What about Okada? Okada is not at the level of a Roman Reigns. Man, listen. Okada, he's nothing more than a more polished David Flair. Yeah, I said it. He's nothing more than a more polished David Flair. Okada will never be at the level of a Roman Reigns. And that is facts on mother effing facts. Now, I must say, I like this version of Roman Reigns because he's giving back to all the younger wrestlers on the roster. Should big ass Bronson Reed win this match? No, he should not win this match. Roman Reigns should win this match. If you are going to have Roman Reigns lose to a young, upcoming guy in this group, it has to be Braun Breaker. It can't be big ass Bronson Reed. We have to save that victory for Braun Breaker. That makes sense. That's great booking. But you must make big ass Bronson Reed look strong in this match. That's why I like this version of Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns spent the past 5 years burying talent to a point where they couldn't recover. The only person that recovered was Cody Rhodes. That's about it. So that's why I like this version of Roman Reigns. This is a more humbled version of Roman Reigns. He should put over young talent like a big ass Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I liked what Roman Reigns did in this match. He made big ass Bronson Reed look like Bam Bam Bigelow. Big ass Bronson Reed was dominant in this match. Roman Reigns barely got any offense in. That's what I liked because we know how good Roman is. We don't need to see a dominant Roman. Let Roman Reigns look weak in certain matches. So that's why I had no problem with big ass Bronson Reed dominating Roman Reigns in this match. So who won this match? It was Roman Reigns. He won with a spear, 1, 2, 3. And then after the match, Roman Reigns got back his shoes from big ass Bronson Reed after Paul Heyman was crying like a little bitch. And then after the match, Braun Breaker speared and attacked Roman Reigns, and rightfully so. Like I said, that's the next match. Roman Reigns will lose that match, and he should lose that match to pass the torch to Braun Breaker. So I believe that Roman Reigns will be out for maybe 2 to 3 months. This man got his ass whooped. This man got his ass destroyed by big ass Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Man, that was a beatdown. This guy will be out for months. Now, let's talk about the next match. The Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six for the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Heavyweight Championships. Now, I don't watch SmackDown that often, but I didn't know that the Profits changed their music and changed their entrance. I did not know that. That shocked me. I think that's a game changer. That's a sign of evolving. These two men finally changed that old ass theme song that they have had since NXT. It was time for a change. That song is too happy-go-lucky. That song had to change. I'm glad they changed their theme song. Now, I must say this. What happened to super thick Nikki Cross? When was the last time that female had a match? Is she retired? That's what I think. Is she retired? Because it feels like Paula Vex has no more use for super thick Nikki Cross. When was the last time she wrestled in any type of match? Unless I gotta watch SmackDown more often. But overall, when was the last time super thick Nikki Cross had a match? Oh yeah, by the way, who had that on their bingo card? that B-Fab would be the last one standing out of Hit Row. That's crazy. I did not see that coming. That B-Fab would be the last person standing out of that group in the World Wrestling Federation. Nobody saw that coming. Also, I hope you pro-blackies are finally satisfied. Triple H booked black people on a pay-per-view. Are you satisfied now? All these months crying, bitching, and complaining about how the Profits were not booked on these pay-per-views. Are you satisfied now? I'm telling you, man, you pro-blackies are so annoying. I guarantee this, not one person will mention this, that the Profits were booked on this show, but yet you still want to cry over Paul Levesque. Oh yeah, I forgot. My grade for a big-ass Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns, I will give that match a 6.5 out of 10. Now, who won this match? This tag team match, player? It was the Wyatt Six. Was this the right move? I'ma say yes, because you can't play hot potato with those tag team championships. They gotta mean something. Whoever beats the Wyatt Six, they have to earn those belts. Right now, it's not time for the Wyatt Six to drop those belts. What do I grade this match? I will give it a 6 out of 10. This was a very solid ass match. Who was the best performer in this match? It was Montez Ford. Montez Ford was great in this match. But to be honest, if you've seen one Profits match, that means you done watched them all. They have the same match over and over and over again. I'm not trying to disrespect the Profits, but yeah, every match, they have the same match over and over and over again. Kinda like the Young Bucks, but better. But still, it was not time for the Y6 to drop those belts. Now, let's talk about the next match. Becky Lynch versus badass man-beating Nikki Bella for the female Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Also, I must say this, it's very refreshing to hear that Becky Lynch finally has a new theme song. You don't realize how much I hated her old theme song. It was overdue. So, who's better between Nikki Bella versus her sister, Brie Bella? I always felt like Nikki was the way better fake pro wrestler compared to Brie Bella. And guess what? It ain't close. The last time we've seen Brie Bella wrestle, she was not that good. To a point where she was accused of botching and injuring other females on the roster. I think back in 2018, 2017, back in that era. She was not that good. But Nikki was always the more talented female performer compared to Brie Bella. So, what are my thoughts about this match? Listen, Nikki Bella outperformed Becky Lynch in this match. She proved that talent-wise, Nikki Bella is better than Becky Lynch. Yeah, I said it. And guess what? If you don't believe me, all right, cool. Let's run that fade, dog. Because Nikki Bella outperformed Becky Lynch in this match. In fact, Nikki carried this match. Becky Lynch stole a victory. She gave Nikki Bella a fluke fruit roll-up. 1, 2, 3, and then she ran out of the ring. Because Becky Lynch is a coward. So far, her last 2 championship matches, this female has been stealing victories with fruit roll-ups. Also, I liked how Nikki Bella, she did an STFU on Becky Lynch. That was great shit. I think that Nikki Bella deserves a rematch. Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella, they need to run this back and run that fade once again. Because Becky Lynch stole this victory like a thief. I will give this match a 5 out of 10. Now, let's move on to the next match. Rusev versus Sheamus in a Donnybrook match, which is a hardcore match. Let's be real. So, what are my thoughts about Rusev since returning to the World Wrestling Federation? I would rate his booking maybe an 8 out of 10. His booking has been quietly solid these past couple of months. Rusev has been very, very good on Raw. Paul Levesque has been making Rusev look good. Also, Sheamus has been making Rusev look good. Listen, the goal is book Rusev better than Miro. Let me say that again. The goal is to make Rusev look better than Miro. And I think Paul Levesque has been doing a great job on booking Rusev. What is my grade for this match? I will give it a 6 out of 10. Here's why. If you are trying to book Rusev as a returning monster, why was Sheamus more dominant than Rusev in this match? So yeah, I gotta give this match a 6 out of 10 for that fact alone. Why was Sheamus getting so much offense in this match? And why was Rusev running away in this match like a cowardly heel? Bro, if you are booking Rusev like a monster, why is he running like a cowardly heel? That made no sense. Now, do I believe that Rusev is on the wrong show? Hell yeah, he's on the wrong show. Why is he on Raw? That makes no sense. We got Dirty Ass Dominic and we got Seth Freaky Rollins, two heels who are holding singles championships. So why is Rusev on Raw? He should be on SmackDown fighting Cody Rhodes. He should be fighting Sami Zayn. Why is he on Raw? That's a waste of Rusev. But so far, this was the match of the night. I'm talking about Rusev versus Sheamus. This was a very fun, entertaining, brutal ass match that had tons of near falls. This was a great match. I highly recommend you go back and watch this match. This was a fun match to watch. So, which man won this match? It was Rusev. Rusev won this match via a shillelagh with the Steiner recliner, and then Sheamus tapped out. This was the right outcome. I liked it. Rusev had to win this match. This was great booking. Now, let's move on to the next match. Logan Paul versus John Cena. My childhood hero, John Cena. I must say this. John Cena, that man is mega over in Paris. They sung his theme song and they gave him a huge pop, even though he's been a heel since the Illuminati Chamber. I think John is a prime example of how can we miss you if you don't go away. I think people really missed the Fruity Pebbles John Cena. Listen, you people need to put some respect on Logan Paul's name. This was John's best match since Cody Rhodes. If we were to grade this retirement tour when it comes to tiers, I'm talking about a tiers list. Number 1 is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has been his best match so far, but second, it was this match. Logan Paul has been John's second best opponent since Cody Rhodes, and that is facts on facts. This was a great match. Logan Paul is the real deal. He is not an outsider. This man puts in the work. He made John look good. He made John look 10 years younger in this match. As facts on facts, right? This match was John's second best match since his Cody Rhodes feud. I don't care what anybody else says. Logan Paul is the best outsider turned fake pro wrestler since Kurt Angle. And that is facts on mother effing facts. Like I said, bitch, put some respect on Logan Paul's name. This man is the future of the World Wrestling Federation. Every time I watch Logan Paul, he does something new. That's the sign of a great fake pro wrestler. When every time we see him, he does something new. That means he puts in the work to become a great fake pro wrestler. You know what? I take that back. This was the match of the night, and this was John's best match of 2025. And guess what? It ain't close. This match was great. The match of the night, also a match of the year contender in general because of Logan Paul. So, who won this match? It was John Cena. I was shocked. I thought Logan had this match won. I was shocked when John pulled off a Styles Clash. So, that means he might want to run that fade with AJ Styles before retirement. I will give this match an 8.5 out of 10. This was a great match. So, let's move on to the main event for the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. Seth Freaky Rollins versus CM Punk versus LA Cosplay versus Jay Uso. So, what are my thoughts about LA Cosplay? I believe that it's time for him to become a World Heavyweight Champion based on Dane Priest and Jay Uso. If you gave those two men that title, then why not give it to LA Cosplay? I say why not? So, sooner rather than later, Paul Levesque has to give this man at least one World Heavyweight Championship run. I can't believe that I'm about to say this, but LA Cosplay, he was the best man in this match. He had the best performance in this match. Everybody in this match underperformed, all except LA Cosplay. Yes, that's shocking. Here's the main issue with LA Cosplay. He always gets World Heavyweight Championship matches when it's not his time. He's at the wrong place at the wrong time. It's not time for Seth Rollins to drop that belt. Just like 2 years ago, it wasn't time for Roman Reigns to drop that belt to LA Cosplay. I don't know why Paul Levesque always does this to LA Cosplay. He gets championship matches when it's not time for that champion to drop that belt. Listen, I want fans to shut up about this guy. That's why I want LA Cosplay to become a World Heavyweight Champion, so people can stop crying over this man. So, towards the end of this match, Becky Lynch helped out Seth Freaky Rollins. She cost CM Punk the match. Now, what do I think? I think this might be AJ Lee time. Why not? I think that's why they added Becky Lynch to this feud. I think we might see AJ Lee come back to team up with CM Punk. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Seth Freaky Rollins. And if you don't believe me, all right, cool. Let's run that fade, dog. And I'm done.